YouTube, this is Almaden here bringing you my build for the Psycho class in Borderlands 2. This build focuses on improving two aspects of Krieg, which are maximizing melee damage to kill enemies as quickly as possible, and to maximize survivability to allow you to take as much damage as possible to avoid death as much as possible. So for the skill tree, you'll want to invest in Empty the Rage, Fuel the Rampage, Light the Fuse, Strip the Flesh, Thrill of the Kill, Silence the Voices. When you get to level 31, reset your skill points, do not invest in Fuel the Rampage and instead invest in Feed the Meat, then invest in Release the Beast. Then you finish investing in Silence the Voices and then invest in Blood-Filled Guns, Taste of Blood, Buzz-Axe Bombardier, one of the available kill skills, Blood Trance, Boiling Blood, Blood Explosion, and finally Salt the Wound. You invest in Empty the Rage and Silence the Voices to maximize your melee damage. Then you combine this with Thrill of the Kill to allow you to regenerate health after every kill. Because of the amount of melee damage you'll be doing, you're sure to earn massive overkill boosts on weaker enemies. To keep you rampaging, you invest in Release the Beast and Blood Rampage to allow you to rampage as often as possible, and Taste of Blood to keep you alive during the rampage. You invest in Feed the Meat to increase your maximum health, allowing you to survive in the rampages, and to increase the 33% window, allowing you to release the beast more easily. Maintaining Bloodlust will allow you to maintain your other skills, therefore invest in Blood-Filled Guns, the larger magazines mean fewer reloads which cause stack decay, and Boiling Blood to minimize Bloodlust decay during lulls in battle. Light the Fuse offers a more flexible alternative to fight for your life, but to combat the lackluster damage in Light the Fuse, combine it with Strip the Flesh to increase explosive damage. Buzz-Axe Bombardier, when you throw your Buzz-Axe it has dynamite strapped to it, which means you do more damage to enemies you hit and can still damage enemies even if you miss. Also you can damage clusters of enemies grouped together with just one Buzz-Axe. Blood Explosion, when you kill an enemy they explode with the element type that you killed them with. You can also cause chain reactions, which just helps damaging enemies and groups of enemies in general. You initially invest in Fuel the Rampage because before you have unlocked Release the Beast, the cooldown period of a Buzz-Axe Rampage is very long, therefore you want to minimize it. However, once you have unlocked Release the Beast, there's no longer any need for it because there is no cooldown period at all when you're using Release the Beast. Therefore, Fuel the Rampage is no longer a useful ability, and its shortcoming of friendly fire damage is too powerful. For recommended weapons for Krieg, with Light the Fuse there is no need to keep a launcher in your inventory for Fight for Your Life mode, therefore making your choice of weapons more flexible. Overall, close quarter, high damage weapons to maximize overkill damage suit Krieg best, such as shotguns. Also, high fire rate submachine guns are very useful for quickly building Bloodlust stacks. Additionally, anything with a bayonet attachment is useful to maximize your melee damage between the rampages. The ideal weapon for Krieg would be the Rapier. It is obtained from Captain Scarlet's DLC by completing the message in a bottle mission in Here's Folly. It is a Vladoff assault rifle, therefore it has a high rate of fire so you can quickly build Bloodlust stacks. It deals plus 200% melee damage, highest in the game. However, it does come with a drawback, which is the curse that makes you more susceptible to enemy melee attacks. This is particularly troublesome against enemies that melee you but you cannot melee back, such as Rack. It also becomes less useful in Ultimate Vault Hunter mode because it seems to be less effective at dealing melee damage. In terms of shields for Krieg, this build means you'll be constantly taking damage in battle, therefore shields whose benefits are active when they are down are most useful, such as melee shields which boost your melee damage further when they're depleted, or elemental Nova shields which release Novas, weakening enemies so you can deal more overkill damage and kill the weaker enemies not worth your time. Also worth considering are spike shields which damage any enemies that melee you. This can make up for the weaknesses of the Rapier's curse. The ideal shield for Krieg would be the Hide of Terramorphous because it has melee, Nova and spike benefits, combines the best of everything. But an alternative choice for Krieg would be the Rough Rider shield. It has no capacity but boosts your health and damage resistance, therefore this shield benefits you all the time, especially in rampage mode. You could also use the Love Thumper. With its incredibly long recharge, allow you to spend most of your time in combat with depleted shields anyway, allowing you to access the full benefits of Krieg's skills. However, you trade increased health and damage resistance for a large level of raw damage, therefore the choice between the Rough Rider and the Love Thumper is primarily down to if you want to increase survivability or melee damage. In terms of grenade mods, practically any grenade mod would be useful for Krieg in it, and the choice of it is largely down to personal preference. However, I prefer Singularity grenades because they draw enemies together, allowing more damage to be done by dynamite Buzz-Axes, faster combos and rampages, and a greater chance of killing someone in Light the Fuse. In terms of class mods, the main two you want to be using for Krieg are crunch mods, which increase explosive damage, which means that killing someone in Light the Fuse is made easier, or to maximize your melee damage, use a sickle mod. The ideal mod would probably be the Slayer of Terramorphous mod, because it increases your health, gives you longer rampage duration, more overkill damage, which somewhat cancels out the lack of melee damage boost, and an increase in explosive damage for Light the Fuse. However, I'd recommend holding 3 mods with you at any one time. The Sickle mod, because increasing melee damage is useful, particularly against tougher enemies such as loaders. A health regeneration mod to allow you to recover your health between fights and not have to go into fights with a low health, which risks dying before you can activate Rampage. And a Slayer of Terramorphous mod. In terms of relics, there are a variety of relics that are useful for Krieg. The main ones I would use are an increase in maximum health, which gives you larger 33% windows to Rampage, and increases your chance of surviving in Rampage mode, of course. Faster cooldown rate for Rampages, better early on before you have unlocked Release the Beast. An increase in melee damage, for obvious reasons. There's no real ideal relic for Krieg, so just pick what you want and whatever you want to specialise in, whether that is surviving, increased melee damage, faster Rampages, whatever you want. So this has been all my agents with my build for Krieg the Psycho in Borderlands 2. I hope you found this guide helpful and informative. If you think you can improve on it in any way, please leave your comments and feedback in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching the video, and goodbye.